Alright, what's going on, guys? Okay. What's going on? Today is literally how first week into March. We're up on the week. Now, I apologize for no uploads throughout the whole week. I'm not gonna lie, solely on me. I woke up late all the time. Like literally when I woke up late, I'm talking about like 10:20, 10:30. By then, like that's usually after I'm looking for optimal trades. Obviously, I'll stay on till 11, but if I'm already woken up past then and I missed a good setup, there's just no point in trading. And I missed past setups and I just didn't feel like making videos on them because what's the point of making videos if I wasn't there lively? Then that'll just seem like I'm a fraud. But anyways, let's get right on into it. Today is literally how I whooped Nasdaq, smoking on that gas pack, eating on my ass crack. Okay, stop, lock in, lock in. But nah, this is how I buy split out correctly on Nasdaq, long term and short term, and this is how I almost switched my buys, but due to a gut feeling, price literally played in my direction. So let's start off on the higher time frames. Let's start off with ES because I didn't take a trade on ES actually. However, ES ES did not give me any good entries. I'm not gonna lie. Like this was not giving me any good fills at all whatsoever. Like, oh, this was short. Wait a second. Wait a large second. Where I could have. Okay, these lows were protected. Eh, eh, eh. Anyways, let's get on into it. So starting off on Nasdaq, because this was my main target, honestly. Coming into today, this is what I've noticed heavily, and this is what I've told you guys. If you guys have been watching me consistently in the previous videos, I have said whenever we have unfilled imbalances in previous sessions that are high volatile, such as London session, price is always going to be more than likely to draw back up to it. Although, however, today, actually there is no although, price did the exact same thing, like I've always said. Remember, this is low-key hidden sauce if it works for your strategy. If price leaves an imbalance, price is always going to make sure to draw towards there. It's a high probability, right? Because trading is just high probability. High probability, we're going to go in there, fill that imbalance, continue its way down or up wherever the trending pattern and high time frame pattern is going to be. So that was my mindset and bias coming into today. I realized Asia session did nothing. London session we just manipulated and like we accumulated Asia session, manipulated to the downside, and New York distributing up to the upside. So with that in mind, my draws and liquidity were pretty obvious, honestly. Were the high time frame London session highs? They were equal highs right here, and on top of that, this was resting liquidity on the 15-minute. We also had this imbalance that literally got filled, and this was honestly my long-term bias. And I'm gonna talk about how I almost switched my bias to take out previous day lows, and literally 2 days ago lows. This was honestly free liquidity, and if you got stopped out, GG's, thank you for playing. You were my extra liquidity, but let's get into it. So coming into today, this was honestly pretty simple. Well, pretty simple to me. My levels today were honestly, we had no London session lows to take out, so instead I had 30-minute pre-market lows right here. These were my existential draws and liquidity right here. Price instantly came out, took that on the 5-minute, and this is where honestly things got a little bit rough. Not rough, but really just a whole bunch of this was honestly a huge accumulation zone right here. And with this in mind, we also had this 5-minute imbalance right here. It's green because it's an inversion now, but this was originally a 5-minute fair value gap. Price was holding up crazy strong levels here. I was honestly close to switching my bias to bearish because this is respecting bearish order flow. On top of that, we also had this bearish order block right here that price was respecting. Excuse me. So with these two in mind, this was honestly lining up to have bearish confluences and bearish order flow. And I was thinking, okay, price might want to come down and take out previous day lows. And we did not get that. However, we did get a crazy extension down around 935, and from there, price was honestly just accumulating orders throughout this whole area of imbalances right here. Before it finally shook out and manipulated to the upside, but we'll get into that later. So honestly, I scaled down to the 1 minute because this was all though before the macro. I had a gut feeling to wait towards the macro, and excuse me, to wait towards the macro. And then on top of that, there was no good entries for me personally to take shorts, and even if I did, I would have got stopped out because price was just jumping all over the place. Um, we also had news at 10 o'clock. This was bullish news, and when this came out, oh, how do you know it's bullish news? Well, I'll tell you guys. This is sauce right here. If you guys don't know how to read news, usually what you want to look at, you can read the whole thing just to gain knowledge and everything. But what you want to look for is the usual effect. Actual less than forecast is good for currency. Actual forecast. If it's less than zero point 0.7, then it would be bearish news because remember currency and the S&P, they're against each other. That's why I have the DXY here. But actual less than, when this came out, this was bullish news, and from there, I honestly waited till news came out, and literally when this came out, this honestly kind of changed my bias about everything because, excuse me, with this bullish news, we ended up making crazy wicks to the highs, crazy wicks to the upside, including back into this inversion. And from there, I was pretty confident that we were gonna want to um, come out in the 5 minute and really just sweep above these highs and just break structure. Literally just because of how high the wicks were going, it was honestly too volatile, not too volatile, but yeah, too volatile and too shaky to even consider being bearish even more, at least in my opinion, right? Because my eyes and my whole bias was based and drawn towards this hourly unfilled liquidity. Well, unfilled internal liquidity, well, external liquidity that ended up getting tapped into. So from there, what did I do? Um, Literally nothing. I literally just waited, sat on my hands till news came out. News came out bullish. I went back to the 5 minute, waited to see what price was gonna do on the 5 minute. We ended up breaking above this low. We ended up breaking above this high. We also created a 5 minute CISD right here, and to me, that wasn't enough. Considering the fact that we created a 5 minute CISD here as well, then we ended up retracing heavily. I wanted to see an actual 5 minute market structure shift. So, with that being in mind, we ended up pushing up crazy Drake candle to the upside. This was my original trade idea. I wanted to see price retrace back to this fair value gap, enter, maybe hit equilibrium as well, enter for these London session highs, and then this would have been 15-minute highs right here. Excuse me, but we did not get that. We just got huge extensions to the upside until we eventually got to this fair value gap, which was honestly another accumulation area to my eyes. We ended up making this fair value gap right here. Uh, oh, right here. There's imbalance from there. We were just playing about in it, and I'm gonna explain the two areas right now. We ended up breaking out of it. That's where I entered on the next candle. I entered on one contract size. I usually have 3 contract sizes. Excuse me, but I wanted the price was retracing down, and when price were to push back up near my average entry, I wanted to enter on one more contract size because I had 2 take profits here, and I wanted to take partials out on London session highs, move stocks to break even, just in case I get stop that break even because price was honestly way too volatile and way too like undecisive on where I wanted to go, just on the lower time frames. And with that being said, excuse me, I added a contract size, so I went in with 2. Price hit TP1. I ended up closing for partials, then moved stocks to break even until literally 30 seconds later, price hit my full take profit. And my long-term play was honestly the 50% mark of this. Oh, this 50% mark, either 50% mark or just honestly just the bottom of this. Excuse me, of this imbalance being filled out, and literally that's what I got. But I wanted to get out fully and have these low resistance liquidity coming in to get hit because I was not going to trade this pretty shaky price action. I was honestly already considering not even trading after price if price were to hit previous day lows quickly. Literally just because of how like just open and dumped. But you really just stuck to everything I knew and stuck to my plan and my strategy. My 5 minute PD array, I guess you could want it. Wouldn't really count on a PD array, but my 5 minute protection area was honestly just a CISD and market structure shift. That was honestly basically indicating that okay, we broke structure crazy after these crazy wicks above. I don't think we'll be returning down there anytime soon. Maybe later on in the day, but after we did that, I was fully focused on the London session highs, low resistance liquidity there, and on top of that, the unfilled imbalance. Um, but yeah, ended up getting that unfilled imbalance in, and that was pretty calm. On ES, there was honestly no good entries, at least for me. Honestly, I didn't see any entries personally. No SMTs. This was honestly another accumulation zone right here that one could have entered on, but two, no. I wanted to trade one index today just because this week is NFP week, and literally tomorrow's NFP day. I do not think I'm gonna trade tomorrow. Powell speaks at freaking 12. Price is gonna be everywhere, bro. Although I will probably just look at markets. I'm not up for trading unless I got a pretty obvious setup on a draw on liquidity that I'm pretty confident in. I would not be trading, but other than that, this was pretty much how I banked. Obviously, I'm unprofitable, but I ended February off profitable, so I'm happy on that. That's 1 month down. March, January, I ended all break even actually, so I don't know if I'm gonna count that or not. But March, started off March with a good week. 1-0. I think that's the only trade I'll take for this week, and yeah, pretty much it. To anyone that took a similar trade like this, or honestly even catch an entry on one of these longs, congratulations. If you guys took shorts for those PDLs, I feel you. I almost would have took shorts, but gut intuition really just told me not to, and I was like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna trust my gut. Usually, gut intuition should not play with trading, but a lot of these traders do sometimes say gut intuition does play with trading. So, having this having that crazy strong gut intuition literally just kick in, I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna do anything. I wait. I kid you not. I swear. Literally, like 2 minutes later, news comes out. It was bullish. I was like, wow. Like gut intuition was crazy. But yeah. Hopefully this gives me a spot on the 2025 trader freshman list that unemployed trader news posted, and he didn't include me. So I mean, GG's only. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, next recap. Honestly, either tomorrow or Monday. I want to have another YouTube video, like real like YouTube video coming out for you guys shortly. But other than that, I'll see you guys next video. Love you guys. Peace out. Come give me a kiss. Um.